around Karen Carpenter then? What was she like to work with or be around?
Karen she was a wonderful talent, and she was a pleasure to work with. She was just a very unhappy woman. She reminded me a lot of Janis Joplin and the type of person who was never happy. She wasn't happy with herself. They didn't think they were nice people, good-looking people, talented people, and they tortured themselves.
Well, I got to.
It's always sad when you see that.
I got no segue, but I got to ask you some weird questions now. They're just for my own personal interest. I don't care if people care about it.
Well, we know you're weird, so go for it.
I need to know if there are 3 people you have met or worked with that I don't know about or you've been around. One of them's Michael McDonald.
Nope.
You've never met Michael?
I shouldn't say that. I met Michael. I haven't worked with him.
Oh, okay. He was nice when you met him. He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. I had a problem, but that was my own problem.
Oh.
And that was because they were trying to do a benefit for one of the drummers for the Doobie Brothers who had passed away, and and they asked Michael if he would do it, and he didn't want to do it because he said, I'm not with the Doobies anymore. And it was like, for crying out loud, it's a benefit. It's one night. It's a one show. You can be human.
Michael.
But
that hurts.
Heartbreaking.
How about? Okay, I got one for you. Oh, go ahead. You were going to say.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Here's another one for you. Kenny Loggins.
Kenny's a really nice guy. He really is. He's a gentleman. He's a classy guy. He does a lot of benefits and charity work. He's a really nice person.
These are my dream guests to get on the show. Michael McDonald. And we're having on Michael's son, Dylan, at some point. He has a band. They're in. They just did South by Southwest. I heard some stuff. I wasn't. I didn't hate it. I liked it.
You know you probably enjoy. Who's a really good guitarist? George Harrison's son, Danny.
Oh,
I've heard that.
That's interesting. I didn't know. I didn't even know about him.
Yeah, he plays.
Oh, I should look into that too. And then my third person, dream guest, Daryl Hall.
Daryl's. I'm sure you wouldn't have any problem getting Daryl on.
Yes. That's what I like to hear. But you know what? I called up Daryl's people, and they're going to listen to this, and now he's never going to come on. But I call up Daryl's people. And, I haven't had to call up a lot of people's people. Like, I have a lot of friends or people I talk to, and I just hit them up, and they're nice enough to come on. But I call up Daryl's guy, and you could totally tell he was like, podcast. Well, why don't... He goes, May's a busy month for us. And I'm like, June's great. We're booked until the middle of June anyways. He's like, June's a busy month for us. And I go, July is fine. And he goes, summer's a busy season for us. And I'm like, what about the fall? And he's like, why don't you send over some stuff? Let me look at it. I'll try to talk Daryl into doing it. I'm like, come on, Daryl. I love you. I play your videos all the time. I love Daryl.
Meanwhile, Daryl's doing his little internet thing from his living room. Have you seen
love live from Daryl's house. I'm addicted. I love it. I really do. He's having on Dave Stewart tomorrow. There's a plug, Daryl. Get your ass on my... He's having on Dave Stewart tomorrow. And,
well, listen, I know that Daryl knows how to use a phone. I've seen him use one before.
Well, he had on Todd Rundgren twice, and that was great. He's had on Rob Thomas, Train. Like, it's really a fun show. Who's the Australian chick, or is she not Australian? The one that does Black Horse and the Cherry Tree? Katie Tunstall. She was on. It was fantastic. They did a version of Rich Girl, maybe. I don't know, but it was fantastic. I loved it. Okay, well, those were my 3 dream guests that I need to get on. And if Sammy and Frank and Dean were alive, they'd be at the top, though.
They'd be at the top. And then I could ask Sammy why he had the red pinky fingernail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know about that, Shelly? What's with that?
No.
No, he doesn't.
Did that.
It sounds
that
like
was for Al. That was for Altabeast. That was for his wife.
Yeah, it's not. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a personal thing. I got it. So Shelly, are you? Don't mean to get too personal. Are you still a bachelor?
Is there another way to be?
You know what? That's why I love this guy, because I want to be just I don't like relationships. I just haven't met the right one, maybe, or whatever it is. What are the odds of that happening?
Well, it's hard to find women who want to do what you want to do. You know, we just get drunk and pick up women.
Now I kind of want to know what Shelly wants to do.
Right.
Well, my ideal woman is a deaf, dumb, and blind nymphomaniac who owns a liquor store and is bisexual. What?
That's oddly specific.
That's
oddly specific.
I'm trying to think of how I can improve on that, and nothing's
Wait a
clear.
minute, was there a volunteer? No.
Oh, that is so... Shelly, you know, you're going to need to come on more often. I hope you don't mind. We love having you on, man. This is great.
Well,
I can do this for like...
I posted on Facebook one day, and for my next act, I need a condom and a volunteer, and a whole bunch of these women say, I volunteer.
I know, I saw that. Like,
moron, it's the internet. What are you going to do? You know?
Women hit on Shelly nonstop, and like I'll click on their profile to see if they're hot, and a good percentage of them are really good looking.
Oh.
I'm like, what the fuck? I can't get laid.
You can only imagine what the payroll must be.
Oh, you know, Shelly.
Remember, artificial intelligence is no match for natural stupidity, so anything can happen.
I'm serious though, Shelly. When I come out to LA, you're gonna have to take me to a bar or something. We're gonna have to.
No, sure.
We're gonna have to see what kind of game I got. Shelly, I want to thank you very much for calling in. What do you got going on in the future? What are your plans? You're working on that. Now, this Ella movie that you're trying to get made, is this like, how far along in the process are we?
The script is being written right now.
And there's
I put together a treatment for the movie. I knew Ella well.
I got
so the script is being written, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Do you guys already have studios interested, or I'm sure one will be. Yeah. Yeah, and, the Ray movie, Warner Brothers, they did a really good job with that. I think that was pretty well done, except it wasn't completely accurate, which was sad because David Fathead Newman, who was somebody I knew fairly well, is portrayed in the movie as getting Ray hooked on heroin, and it was the other way around. You know, and that always bothered David until the day he died. You know. Oh wow.
You hate to see stuff like that. The Johnny Cash movie was a little more accurate.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Shelly, real quick, I have my movie review buddy who's also a Chicago politician. Lenny, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
You got anything good for Shelly? You got any questions or anything? You're missing some killer stories.
Well, you know what? I'm at a bar right now. I'm across from the Standard Club down on Plymouth and Jackson, down in the city. I just
we just wanted to order a deep dish pizza to be delivered.
As I tuned in, immediately I heard him saying, Matt asked you, are you a bachelor? And you're like, is there any other way to be? I kind of jumped up and down outside. People were looking at me. I'm outside grabbing a smoke. I was jumping up and down. I'm like, absolutely. I was hoping other people heard me, but they didn't. But I admire that. I really do.
Oh, Lenny, wait till you hear the replay. There are some great stories. Like Shelly was talking about, Dean and Frank and Sammy and 6 women at one time and Frank.
Well, you know what? Not even that. But there's an appreciation for the way things used to be. I mean, for our generation now, Matt, me and you being younger, we have a nostalgia for what came before us, and just these were real showmen. They were outstanding in what they did. They had class. I mean, now where could you go and get a dinner and a show? You can't go anywhere and get a dinner and a show anymore. Like when you used to have, that's always a show.
Put on a show for you.
Yeah, that'll be a real show. Even the people that work there, it's a show. But I mean, no, I don't know if you guys already covered this, but what did you think about that Rat Pack show in Vegas? Shell, what do you think about that Rat Pack show in Vegas?
I think there's guys making a living off what other people did before.
Okay.
They try to do impressions. They try to come off being close to them, but let's be honest. They're not close at all.
Oh, no.
Some of the impressions are a little bit over the top. They always do this thing with Dean is this drunk, and Dean wasn't a drunk.
He's not. I read somewhere that he was never drunk when he was performing.
No,
he never even drank. That was apple juice.
Even if he had a drink, he would sip it. He was not much of a drinker.
Right.
You know, but he was a practical
he
joker.
played it.
He was a practical joker, but he wasn't a drinker.
I mean, because he played on stage.
I got to tell you a quick one. When Dean and Jeannie went away for a weekend, and he had overheard before they left that the girls were going to have a party while they were gone. So when they went to Tahoe for the weekend, as soon as he got to Tahoe, he called back to Beverly Hills and he called the police. And he said, there's this party going on at his house, and he gave him his address. And he says, no, one of the neighbors, nobody can get any sleep. So the cops came and break up the party. So when they got home, he says to the girls, how was the weekend? She said, well, Dad, to tell you the truth, we had a party, but the cops came. He says, I know, I called them.
Hey, no, I meant to ask you, Lenny reminded me, thank God, because I'd have to have you on again next week. Frankie Valli, have you met Frankie? You know Frankie?
I know Frankie and Frankie Avalon. They're best of friends, and Frankie Valli's a great guy.
What's your opinion of? Did you ever see the Four Seasons back in the Vegas days with the Rat Pack and everything? How were they live?
Well, the Four Seasons were always really good live because Frankie and the guys were real pros. You could say, they refined their act long before the first record deal.
They had killer.
They practiced everywhere in the street corners and in bathrooms and every place else.
Did you like?
And they were wonderful.
Did you like Jersey Boys show?
Great show. It's really well done. It's very entertaining.
Go ahead, Len. What were you?
Yeah, no. I actually got to go see Frankie Valli 2 years ago when he played in Chicago. It was me, my mom, and my dad. We were third row from the front, and it was just phenomenal. Because when you think, and I know all the songs, it's just, and Jersey Boys too. Jersey Boys is an outstanding show. But when you see the actual man, Frankie Valli, it's amazing.
Frankie's